Thank you, Miss Jody. Thank goodness I looked down. Hi, I'll start again. Good. Hopefully you didn't hear the dogs barking, because I was telling you why that they are a little excitable right now, because Mark has been at Topsail Island Beach all week, and he went there last Sunday, and he's coming back today. So it is so good for him to get there and kind of renew his mojo and his soul. Because, he's worked from home for 2 years now, and that's a long time. And with 3 little yippy things and chickens and 2 inside birds and the wild birds, it's a lot. I do understand that. And I did warn him when we were dating that everything about me is big. I live big. So anyway, it's so good to see you. I'm sorry I kept you waiting. I was running late because I got a phone call from a friend I went to high school with. Yeah, we used to get in all kinds of trouble. And so I'm hoping there to see a woman. Oh my gosh, she is here. All right. Hello, hon. Oh, don't worry. You will catch on to this so quick. But please welcome Lisa Cohen for me. And that is Don's neighbor. And he wanted to call because he said, I know you do quilting. It's like, yeah, I do quilting. I mean, there's the design wall. Then look at every other wall. They will tell you I live for quilts. So very nice to have you, Lisa. In fact, let me see all who is here. So, because I love when y'all come here. You give me such spirit. I got plenty to tell you about this week. It's kind of funny. But Michelle Lang, hi, honey. I'm so sorry. I got your text about the gardener cutting down all of your plants. I'm so sorry about your bulbs, too. The good thing is the things he cut down, as long as he didn't pull out the roots, they should come back for you. So please don't worry about that. But what are people thinking? Who wants to be a gardener and not know the precious plants from the waste? So sorry about that. I got the pictures to show people, but that breaks your heart. So anyway, Michelle's here. Jody's here. Oh boy, I talked your ear off yesterday. I'm so sorry. I got off the jitsi and thought, girl, you didn't even take a breath. So I do apologize, but they were so patient with me. Marsha's here, our fearless moderator, Marsha. So she's our welcome wagon. So Kathy Klein, so good to see you, Kathy. Hadn't seen you in a moment or two. So Debbie is here. Hi, Debbie. Charlene Lawson. Got Charlene Lawson's picture. She's working on a baby quilt, and I think you'll like it. And Lisa is here, and don't worry, Lisa. And I told Don to give you my email address, OurTimeToQuilt@twc.com. And we have a Jitsi group, about 90 members, and we can share advice, share free patterns, pictures of what we do, what we love. So there's lots for you here. Also, we do a Jitsi about every Saturday now. And so that way you can come on and we can tell you things and give you advice in live time. And you don't have to type, you just talk. So there's a lot of exciting things. If you feel like you like my form of teaching, I'm not for everybody, but I'm just a down south girl, and I would love to teach you anything and everything about quilting, anything that I know. I mean, there's lots I don't know, trust me. But I've been quilting since 1989, maybe, long time, and took a little bit of a break and then came back to it with all gusto because of Jenny Byer, who's now retiring, and I'll miss her. But anyway, let me finish let me see. Mitty is here. And Sonia, hi Sonia. Sonia was the other one that was so patient yesterday when I just babbled. The problem with yesterday is I didn't go back to bed till 5 a.m. With Mark not here, it's like, it's lonely back there. So then I had to get up at 8:30 to let the dogs out and feed them. And I had my grand dog here. Then I went back to bed, got back up about 11:30. And so that's not much sleep for me. So I was a little woo, but it was so much fun seeing everybody. All right, so let me see. We got Mitty here. Mitty, is so good to see you. Alberta from Alabama. Hi, Alberta, hon. There's our Mary. Boy, Mary, every time I see Mary, I smile. Christine O'Brien from the UK. I am so happy to meet you, Christine. And I have to tell you, I'm very hooked to the last homely house. Oh my gosh. Kate Jackson, who, in fact, we're the same age. Is that just odd? And I was like, no wonder. She seemed like a sister that I hadn't seen my whole life. So it was a lot. I'm just enjoying watching all of her wonderful videos. So, and Jeannie's here. I'm so tickled to see Miss Jeannie. I hope your back's doing good, sweetie. It's so good to see you. Oh, you couldn't find the info for the Jitsi. It's on our group's IO, and I have pasted it on there. And you just click on that link. It'll take you to the site. And then you click join the meeting. Now, someone told me they had to kind of set it up. So you might even want to try it out before you actually come there, just to make sure, see if there's anything you need to do. Judy Smith, she's one of our newest members. Welcome, Judy. And, oh, you love watching her too. Isn't she great? She is great. The only thing, I love her kitties, but I'm highly allergic. So every time I see the kitties rubbing up against her, I'm like, oh, it's okay. It's on video. But they're so sweet. Your back is better. That's right. You did. How is your vision, Jeannie? I am so sorry. Oh, and Marcia wants to know where about in England you're from, hon. Or the UK. It could be Scotland. Part of Ireland. So, yeah, I always feel like I was supposed to be born there. And then Mark says, but honey, you'd probably get depressed from all the rain. But it's just so beautiful there. And especially Northumberland, where Kate is from. But I don't think I could handle all of that cold weather she gets. So, all right. Well, it is so good. Charlene Piper's here too. Welcome, sweetie. Oh, man, I'm so glad seeing y'all roll in. So I was talking to my friend Don. He and I even went to the prom together. Oh, yeah. And he sang at my wedding. Well, that didn't last, but I still love him. So, but it was fun talking to him. And then all of a sudden I realized, oh, my gosh, I got to go. I got to get ready. So I have a lot of stuff not done. But you know what? As I was running around thinking, oh no, I'm going to be late, I thought, well, isn't talking to a friend that you knew 45 years ago, isn't that important? Oh, sure, yeah. So it is. So hello, everyone. Today, we've got all kinds. Today is Easter celebration. And you remember last week, I did a crazy quilt Easter egg decoration. Well, I took it upstairs this week, meaning to quilt it. Guess what? I got busy and totally forgot. I've been everywhere. But here it is finished. I did the knife edge. It's kind of called like a pillowcase where it's open on the end. And the weirdest thing about doing this, okay, you've got your crazy quilt top. And don't forget, I have a free pattern for this. If you send, I need to ask Marcia if she would like to type in OurTimeToQuilt at twc.com. If you send me an email asking for the Crazy Patch Easter egg, I'll be glad to send you the pattern. And I think I said I made about 10 of the blocks, and it's great because you just use little scraps of fabric. So then what you do is, I did not take out the paper yet. I cut some batting, or Christine, they call this wadding in the UK, but they put the batting. But what you have to do, and what looks odd about doing this, because you sew it, then turn it right side out. So what you do is you, on top of this, you lay the right side of the backing. And then on the wrong side of the backing, you put the batting. That looks so weird because you think, I'm going to sew this and the batting's sticking out. But you have to do that because then when you turn it inside out, everything will be in the right order. And as you see, everything is in the right order. Here is the pretty side. Here is the batting. And then here is the backing. And what I'll do for this, I'm thinking that when I quilt it, I will go around the edge to keep it nice and crisp. So I'll just catch that when I do the quilting. And for this, I'm probably not going to put it on my frame. I'll probably use my regular sewing machine. So, and then I haven't decided exactly how I'm going to quilt it, but I'll give you a hint. Anytime that the quilt pattern is very geometric, then I usually use loops or flowers or leaves, things that are soft and flowing for the quilting. But this should be pretty easy. So I really like this. I think it's so cute. Then I'll put it on my coffee table, and I'll put a basket of decorated eggs on top of it, and that'll be nice. I am really loving the small Easter, the little Easter quilts we made. And Miss Lisa, we did this basket is actual woven fabric strips, and this basket is padded so it has like a 3D effect. And then I hand embroidered the butterfly there. I don't know if I can bring them up closer. Let me see. But they were so much fun to do. And I like doing things a little differently. Now, these are two art quilts that we worked on. One is the African Savannah. The other is a snow scene. I haven't quite finished those. That's one of my problems. I'm a great starter. Not the best finisher, but I will work on that. Also, I was thinking earlier, one of the nicknames that I used to have, I called myself the Seed Sower. And the reason I called myself the Seed Sower is I start a lot of things. I have a lot of ideas, but just as in Johnny Appleseed, he sowed the apple tree seeds, but he wasn't around to collect the harvest. So I told myself that, thinking, yeah, that sounds better than saying, do you know I have over 100 unfinished projects? Yeah, I'm a quilt sewer. So here is our art project that we're working on. Let me see, which way is up? I think this is up. And so we're doing curved piecings. Thursday nights, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, we do all art quilts. That's when we did the Savannah quilt and the snow quilt. Now, just so you know, you don't have to do these things. I know everyone is busy or they have projects they want to work on. The reason I do them is to give you different ideas, and also there are different techniques for each one that I do that I like to teach you. But some, like this one, I have a feeling this is going to catch people's attention. If you go back, and all of my videos stay on YouTube, so you, at your leisure, you can go and look at them. This was so easy, yet looks so distinctive. And there are so many different things that you can do with curved piecing. And it's so easy. I was very surprised. All right, so now, oops, let me see. I haven't really done any more work on this. This is the Alex Anderson hand embroidered project that we're kind of working with. And I think you haven't seen this block or this patch. So I'll show you. I thought this turned out really cute. And it's a little crooked right now because it needs pressing. But I thought that turned out really cute. And I like the fact that we make it up ourselves. And I have 2 books up right. I keep this by my recliner so at night when we're watching TV, I can work on it. And I have 2 books of hand embroidery stitches. I have not embroidered for at least 20 years. And I'm really having fun getting back into it. And especially because this past year was the year of learning to embellish. I'm really enjoying it. And I'm going to frame this. When it's done, I want to keep it. I'm liking it. So thank you, Alex Anderson. So now I showed you that. Okay. I didn't even write an agenda for today. But it was so exciting. And for Mark to come home, clean the house. Gosh, that sounds so traditional. But I've missed him terribly. And I've got a pork roast in the crock pot. He's going to be real happy with that. So anyway, all right. I have been working. I'm looking around. Pardon me. Oh, I've got lots of things to show you. Okay, I've got a wreath on that tray table that we are going to work on. But this week I ordered some things from Fire Mountain Gems. They sent me this pen with my order. That was very nice of them. So I ordered some things. My granddaughter, who's 17, a junior in high school, was in the school play, a musical, and it is Legally Blonde. Love that. So I ordered some beads because I wanted to make her and her best little friend who were in it necklaces. And they say fearless because I'm just so tickled that she got up on stage and was singing and dancing and did a beautiful job. So at Fire Mountain, they had a $1 sale. Look at this bag of buttons. I was really tickled. And I thought it would be a chance for me to get some more unusual buttons. So we love buttons. And unfortunately, I didn't come from sewers, so I didn't get passed down Grandma's buttons, so I have to buy them. I tell you what, though, I cut them off every shirt that I can. So let me move this now out of the way. So this week I also, because my ironing board, let me see if I can show you this. My ironing board cover is a mess because I use that for everything. My cutting table's over here, but this ironing board is in the perfect location with the camera so I can show you different things. So I paint on it and I do all kinds of things. So I bought some more of the Teflon. I love this Teflon fabric. I got it from Joann's and I went and picked it up. They're still doing curbside service. Love that. And what else did I get when I went there? Oh, yes. I got a grapevine wreath because we're going to do a project today. And I got the cutest spool of Easter ribbon for the wreath. Now, then I was telling you that I judge a quilt show up in Virginia, in Galax, Virginia. And so the past 2 shows, she's given me a gift certificate to a fancy quilt store nearby in Rinaldo Village, which, expensive. And so I went the other day to use my gift certificates. And so look at this. I got this beautiful bundle of fat quarters, and they are just beautiful. Look at this. Reminds me of that fabric I showed you the other week. But aren't these pretty? So I picked up that, I said, I have a gift certificate, because normally I'm too cheap to buy something like this, but this is nice. So got that. And then I saw some fabric. When you see that fabric that makes you go, ooh, you have to buy it. Every time I've said, oh no, I don't need more fabric, and I did that and walked away, I've always regretted it. Look at this fabric. In fact, I wish Carol were here, because she would love that. She loves all this stuff. It feels like a rayon, but it's cotton. It's 100% cotton. It's got a soft hand. And you know what hand is? Hand is the smoothness, the malleability, the texture, just the way fabric feels. It's got a beautiful hand. And let me show you the border. I've never seen it. I don't know of this company, but this is just beautiful, beautiful fabric. It almost feels like silk. But you know what I'm thinking? That may have to become a blouse for me, because it is just so beautiful. And it's my color, my signature color. So anyway, the only problem, okay, because, you know, I'm trying to be reasonable here about this fabric buying, you know. The only problem is, when I gave her the 2 gift certificates, which should have covered everything of that, except for maybe a couple dollars, she goes, oh, this gift certificate is from the former owners of the shop, and we bought it a year ago. Well, guess what? And she was a nice young lady, and they're an expensive shop off the beaten path. It's been COVID. I went, okay, no problem. I'll pay for it. So I had to end up paying like $31. But, you know, what are you going to do? Support your local economy. And it's a sweet young couple, and, you know, they need the support. So anyway, but I got that fabric. Where is it? I just remembered. I got my order in. I don't know where. It should be down here. But I didn't get. Normally I try to get down here a couple hours before the show, because I have to kind of orient everything. But I got my indigo dye in. I'm so excited. I got the indigo dye, plus I got some rubber bands, because I'm going to do some shibori dyeing too. Oh, I don't know where it is. I'll find it for next time. But I got a bag of, it's called reduced indigo, which means they've already treated it with the lye chemical that you need. Indigo dyeing is from a plant, and it's not like the synthetic dyes like RIT or Procyon that you just put in with water and you're done. It needs to go through a lot of process to be used. So I do need to add soda ash to this, which I already have, but I got a bag about this big of the indigo dye, and it's reduced, pre-reduced, so I don't have to add lye to it. So that's good. And so I'm so excited. I've still got to go get PVC pipe, because to do shibori dyeing, you take the fabric and you wrap it around the pipe. And I've got a bag of rubber bands to put tightly down the PVC pipe. And what happens is, anywhere the rubber band touches or the fabric's packed in really tightly, it'll stay white. But then the indigo will be in the rest of the places, and it makes amazing designs. And in fact, Christine, Kim is here. Hi. Oh, and there's Barbara Smith. We got Judy Smith and a Barbara Smith. But don't forget to cover the pressing surface with freezer. You're very smart. And you know what? You can press that on, and that way it'll keep the stains. Very smart. You watched the curve piecing video from Thursday. You enjoyed it. It's not on until 12:30. Yeah, sometimes YouTube can take a little while to upload it. If you belong to our group, yeah, you need to join our group if you're not already joined. I don't think you are. So, yeah, that's right, because you're new today. But if you join our group, it gets posted on there, the link, and that way you can see it right away. But I'm sorry, sometimes YouTube's a little slow on uploading it. But my daughter, Becky, is going to come over and help me do the indigo dyeing. And don't worry, we're going to make a video of it because I want to show y'all. And we're going to set up a cabana, and then we're going to set up a little clothesline and work on this. And I'm so excited. So it's, in fact, I was going to tell Christine from UK that I saw the dyeing that Kate Jackson from the last homely house or home, that's where I actually saw it being worked with and thought, I must do that. So I'm very excited. But what I'm waiting for is I went to Missouri Star Quilts, and they had this impromptu sale last weekend and said, if you buy any 5 yards of fabric, you get 20% off. So I went and looked at their PFD fabric, which is prepared for dyeing, and they have it in 108 inches wide. So I did the math, and I went, okay, it's a little over 2.5 yards because it's so wide. So I then figured out the price, because it used to be like $6.25. Now most places it's $7.25 or $7.99. So I figured it out because I'm cheap. And I said, ooh, if I get 3 yards of the 108 inches wide, then that would be 3 times 2.5 yards. Then to make it the 5 yards to get the discount, I ordered 2 regular yards of the PFD, the prepared for dyeing. And when you see PFD fabric, prepared for dyeing, it just means it doesn't have the chemicals and the sizings and stuff that's put on commercial fabric to make it easier to load onto the bolt, and it looks better when it goes in the store. And you can actually take white fabric of your own and wash it a couple times really well, and that'll remove any of those chemicals, and then you could dye it. If you just use regular fabric and try to dye, that stuff acts as a resist, and the dyes won't fully sink in. So this week, soon as I finish with this show, I'm starting the research. Indigo dyeing is all about patterns and the way you fold it. And some people actually have plexiglass. Who was telling me this yesterday? Plexiglass shapes that they put on top of the fabric to help keep that shape. I mean, there's so many different ways. You can scrunch it up on PVC pipe. You can fold it different ways and tie it or put rubber bands. You can do circular patterns and scrunch it and put rubber bands. So what I want to do is look up all different ways that in fact, you know who it was? Cheryl Hogan was telling us. She had her friend's beautiful collection of indigo fabric. What I love about it is it looks so natural. It looks like a relaxed pair of blue jeans, your favorite pair of blue jeans. So I can't wait. I should end up having about 12 yards plus some scraps of PFD I have from here. And so I talked to my daughter. We're going to do indigo dyeing, and we're also going to do some regular Procyon dye, ice dyeing. So I'm so excited to see what comes of it, and I want to learn everything so I do it just right. So anyway, we're hoping to do it next Thursday, but we'll have to see if I get the fabric in time. All right, so we talked about Thursday's curvy spaces. And like I've told you before, I have patterns I did, in doing my research to learn how to do this, I did a note sheet. So I've made this available to you if you'd like to try the curvy patterns and sewing. Then I did this pattern because it itself involves a curvy side. So easy. So check out Thursdays. Then I took the paper pattern and turned it in. I bought the template plastic, but you can use plastic off packaging, stuff like that. And I made the templates so that it makes it easy to turn them into something like this. All right. So we've got a lot of fun things going on today. And, you know, you make up your strip sets first, and then you cut them, and you decide, it's totally up to you which way you want to go. You can make curvy strips and cut them into rectangles and just turn them different ways and just use that to make a quilt. But it's just learning to get used to, oh yeah, if you want my attention, if you type in all caps, it really helps, because I talk to the camera here, and down there is my laptop where I see who's here and all of. That's why you'll notice I'm constantly going back and forth. All right, so Christine has a question. So Kim, you have heard of Ruby Star Society prints. That was my first exposure to it. And the fabric was like, it was expensive, but you know what? I thought it's gorgeous. I need some of that. All right. Let me see. What did Christine? You can stitch patterns into it as well? Oh, I'm going to have to check this out. Wouldn't that be fun? You could take and make big stitches to it, like, you know, like they do with some of that. So this is exciting. You were on the same page. You thought of adding pine trees to it. Wow. You're not cheap. You're thrifty. Well, I just figured any money I can save here and there and elsewhere can be used on more fabric and more craft, more paint, more everything crafty. In fact, when I went to get gas the other day, I got it down near Lexington. I went to my daughter's. It was 30 cents a gallon cheaper. I went, hello, that's about $5 now I can use for more good, maybe some beads. I don't know, Michael's. So, okay, let's see. Is there anything else? Christine, I love that you said that about, yeah. In fact, on here, we are a community, and I invite you to shout out your ideas. If you think you know a better way to build that mousetrap, we love it, or a different way. So I urge you to speak out and tell me different things that you know to do. If you know of a site that will help me learn something, I would love that. All right, because I'm mostly self-taught, and I'm a voracious reader and watcher of YouTube videos, everything. I tell you, there's so much available out there now. People so kindly and generously share what they know, what they make. It's wonderful. More supplies. That's it. Hi, Kathy. Kathy Boyd is in the house. So good to see you, sweetie. All right. And the other day, it was so funny. When I finished Thursday's night show, I stayed down here and read a book for my little grandsons. And in fact, let me show you. They're right back here because I've got two more. That's my new thing I do. And my grandsons are 3 and 1. And so I read the foot book. And it's easier for me to do a live stream. I try to remember to make it unlisted. And then I send the link to my son, who can easily but this is the cutest book. He loves Dr. Seuss. We both love anything that rhymes. And he's potty training. So he takes their cell phone and watches me read him books while he's potty training. But the thing is, I failed to put unlisted. So it actually went out there for a moment until I realized. And Pat Kuchera, one of our wonderful members, saw it and said, oh, that was so cute. I was like, oh my gosh. So anyway, but it's fun. So Kathy, it's so good. I just love seeing all of you. All right. I'm sorry I'm not a little more prepared, but like I say, I had to talk to a friend. What are you going to do? Life is short. And you know what? We're not getting younger. All right. So I'm going to bring you over here. Today's hobby is not a quilting thing or today's craft. Here is a wreath I had made ages ago, and you can see the little paint chips from the eggs that were hot glued to it. And I forgot that I still had that. And so what I did is I took all the eggs off of that and added some more to it. And I said, I need to find a way to make the eggs, the plastic, shiny, slippery eggs, to make them hold on to paint. Because I've got some fun ideas. Kool-Aid dyeing, I never have tried that. That might be fun too. That might be a lot of fun. I just love dyeing fabric. I hope to get better at it. That's something I think it takes time and experience. All right. So here are the eggs, and let me tell you a little bit about them. I first tried, this is one that I used an unbleached paper napkin, a brown paper napkin. And I took glue and tried to put it on. Well, then I was having trouble getting it to stick, and I thought, what do I do? And so I watched a video. And I forgot to put down this video because I wanted to thank the young woman. She really saved me on all of this today. But I watched her YouTube. But what I found is I thought Mod Podge. I forgot that I had Mod Podge. And, you know, that's made for decoupage, which is what this was. So this is a plastic Easter egg that had some of the paint that had chipped off because I tried painting them before just by brushing paint on. And so this has a paper napkin, which was a pill to try to decoupage. Anything it stuck to, it tore, it's pulled away. Then I did have some better luck with these. And this is a plastic egg where I decoupaged them with tissue paper. And that worked much better. But, you know, it takes a lot. I just would take a lot of little pieces of tissue paper and layer it on. So now, I did quite a few with tissue paper. And tissue paper is not as sticky as napkins. That's why I didn't like the way napkins did. So then I thought, this is going to take forever. This is a lot of eggs I was working on last night. This is going to take forever. So when I was watching that young woman's something and Don, what was, Laurie and Don, something and Don. And if you were to type in how to make paint adhere to shiny plastic Easter eggs, because there are spray can paints you can get that work on plastic. But I said, no, I want these to be custom and I want to use my acrylic paints. And, you know, just the regular acrylic paints. So she said, before I found her YouTube video, I typed in and it said, use gesso, paint them with gesso first. I thought, I don't have gesso. Oh man, it's late at night. I'm trying to get this done for tomorrow. What do I do? So when I went on the YouTube channel, she said, make your own gesso. I'm like, ooh. Well, that appealed to my cheap side too, you know. So what she talked about is she showed some, like, oh, no, that's acrylic paint. I was going to show you, let me see. I took so many paints downstairs, I had to use this tote. Oh, I was looking, where is that fabric medium? I had some fabric medium I was using. Yeah. Here is a medium. And this is something like to get paint to stick to tile. stuff like that, shiny surfaces. You could take some of that, or you could take Mod Podge and you either add baby powder or cornstarch to it, and it turns it into gesso. Gesso is a medium that has a little texture to it. And so I tried it, and I have the cornstarch baby powder, so there's perfect. So pure cornstarch, and it did work. It gave a little bit of a grain to the paint, and I mixed it with this Mod Podge that does all kinds of surfaces. It's also dishwasher safe. So I said, aha, so this is made to stick to shiny things. So I just poured this in a container and shook a good amount and of baby powder, maybe a couple teaspoons or a teaspoon of baby powder for a dollop this big of the Mod Podge. And you just mix them in together and then just paint it right on to the shiny egg. And then after it dries completely, then you can paint your eggs with acrylic paint. And what I found is trying to find the right colors was tricky. Because I have some basics. Like I didn't have a good pink, but I had red. It takes a lot of white to turn it into a light pink. And I was hoping, I always bite off more than I can chew. And I was hoping to have all of these decorated and ready to hot glue back on the wreath and put my pretty new little ribbon on it. But as it is, let me show you. I always show you things as they are. You know, it is what it is, because sometimes things make it look so easy and you get discouraged when it's not that easy. So, okay. So I'll use plenty of white with any of your colors. Like this is the green I had. Well, that's too green, so I'm trying to mix it. Now these look weird green because a little bit of pink was on the paintbrush, but I'm going to paint them again. And that's what I'm going to have to tell you. Sadly, little things happen like this. Like this was sticking against, I was in such a hurry. In a perfect world, you take the egg cartons, and you only paint the top and carefully sit it in the egg carton and let it dry. And when it's fully dry, then you pick it up and you paint the other end and then carefully set that in there. Well, you should have seen me. I had paint all over my hands because I'm just trying to slather on going, I've got a show to do. So I am going to repaint these to something that's not army green. Actually, it almost goes with my outfit, though. I really love this color. That's a very pretty one. And with these, I'm going to try decorating these. Oh, I forgot. I meant to bring down the goose eggs I made 20 years ago. Maybe, 19 years ago, where I took and put all different kinds of pretty things. Because I had geese back then, and I had my own goose eggs. These are just plastic. But I will bring those down next week. But I've got some big ones, and I've got some small ones. But you see where my thumb was? So what I really need to do is just calm down. Make sure these are perfectly painted first, and then decorate them. You see what I'm going to do? You remember the little bottles with the metal tip? Well, they're perfect for decorating these. So, and then some, I'm just thinking of, trying to think of things like rickrack and dots. And I mean, this is so easy. So this one looks pretty good. So let me bring this down. So you just come with your little bottle here. And I love these bottles. Best purchase found them on Amazon. You make it slightly smaller than it's going to end up being because it'll spread out a little bit. But, and you know what I'm thinking of doing too? If I make some really pretty ones, I might put some of the acrylic, clear acrylic finisher on them. But you just come in and this is something great you can do when you're relaxing and just find sweet little ways to decorate them. And so I even brought some gold because I thought, well, maybe I'll try, let me see, a purple one. Let me see. And you can even think of quilting designs. Okay, come on, gold paint. And you could just come here with the little brushes. I mean, the little bottles. And just, I don't know if I'm going to like the gold as much as the white. Just depends on what look you're going for this particular year. The last time that I just painted these and didn't paint them correctly, and so they peeled off, I was using a more natural look. So I did little spots and more natural colors. But after looking around at how people were decorating their eggs, I saw that color was back. But, you know, and you can take and make like little star. Just draw out the paint. You can do them any way you want. So it's another chance to use your little bottles that hold the acrylic paint in it. And put that lid back on there. So sadly, I apologize that I didn't have more done, but Friday night, I was gone for 5 whole hours because I drove down to Lexington and then picked up my daughter, and then we went to her daughter's school and watched the play. And I brought back my grand dog. So I've been really busy, and but I will get these done. Now, next week is Easter Sunday, so I don't know what you want to do. Unless something happened, my daughter says, oh, Mom, we'd really love to do such and such. I probably will keep my show at 3. Don't worry if you can't be here. Go and have fun with your families. But that way, once I do it, it's live stream. Then it goes on. It's kept just as if it was a video. So I'll probably do it. And that way, those of us who show up here, I'll have all of these done to share with you. All right. So I know it's not quilting, but it's fun stuff. You know, when I get to holidays, I love doing crafting. And I was thinking one day, you know, I'm surprised I didn't start the craft channel because I love crafting every bit as much as I do quilting. All right, so I think that's that. Then I'll show you how I need to get these paint chips off of here, although it might be a good place to go ahead and glue the new ones back down. And then I'll put the ribbon, and I might make 2 of them. So I'll definitely show you that. But just remember to take Mod Podge or any kind of medium. I even heard her say you could even use white glue, mix it with baby powder, and then brush it onto the plastic egg, and then it will dry, and then you can paint it. You can use glitter. You know, the sky's the limit, whichever way you want to decorate it. All right? A team of moderators. Oh, that is so cute, Mary. Yeah, you know what? Oh, it might even be too late now. I'll do tap dancing for a Reese's peanut butter egg. Oh my gosh. So I haven't been to any store, but I sure hope there are some out there because I love those things. Also, let's see. Is there something else? Oh, oh my gosh. My sweetheart's home. Do you hear? Mark is here. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is the the crazy quilt pattern for the Easter egg you saw. So feel free to just jot. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. He's home. It's so hard. Hi, Polly. So it's so hard because I just want to run out there and hug him. We're a second time around couple, and we've been together now like 17 years. But there's something about the work that goes into a second time around couple. If you know what I mean, any of you that have been second time around, you always feel like that little thrill, that little excitement when they come home. It's like, yay. So now I just made myself look real silly. But okay, I think that I've taught you everything. Let's go look at some photos. And man, he's home so early. Old Pooh. I'm hoping maybe he'll come in and say hi. We'll see. We'll see. He might be too, that's a long ride home. He's probably been on the road since 10 a.m. So that's a long ride home. All right. Oh, let me see too. I have some pictures of my granddaughter and her play. So let me pull up some things. And you know what? I didn't, who is Melanie? Melanie sent a bunch of pictures. I haven't seen them yet, and I didn't download them. I'm sorry I didn't. But, okay. Let me... Oh, you're Mark. Yeah, that's funny because Mary's married to a Mark too. So that's nice. But life is good. Okay, I'm going to show you real quick a few things. Let me bring up.
Oh. I'll be right back.
Okay. He just said he'll be right back. Okay. Let me. I was hoping you'd come in with your motorcycle suit on. He rides in leathers to stay safe and looks real good. Okay, here we go. Spring Easter egg painting. Let me show you this. Oh, Carol is here. Hi, Carol. I was going to contact you if I hadn't seen you. Oh, gosh. Isn't it wonderful? I don't like motorcycles. I'm terrified of them. But he wanted one, and I thought, at this stage of life, if you don't do it now, when are you going to do it? So I have supported him. But especially when he drives, like on interstate, and he tries to go back roads if he can. But it's scary for me. And just letting him go, I get so nervous. But it's like, no, if you love them, you have to let them be them. And so it's like, okay. So the best sound in the whole world is when that motorcycle comes up. And he's got a big motorcycle. It's Kawasaki, and it's a touring bike. So it's real big. It's kind of like those big old-fashioned police bikes, But still, I'm too terrified. I tried riding with him one time, and I just burst into tears. It was too much. So I know I can't do it, but it's the best sound when I hear that thing drive up. All right. The bunny sent you black leather. What are you going to do with black leather? That would be interesting. Okay. So now, oh, yes, I would love to see some of your pictures. Gosh, it's so good to see Carol. I was worried about you because I know that, you've been a little under the weather here and there, and I hope you're feeling better. In fact, we need to, if you're doing your Saturday thing, let me see if they load it up on here. Oh, I'm a mess, aren't I? That's the thing. I just am who I am. So, but okay, let me find the pictures. Okay. Okay, let me see. I'm sorry. This is not fun for y'all. Keep chatting and I will very quickly find, I'm trying to find the pictures of my granddaughter at her play, but I think everything's going to be, oh, here we go. Here we go. All right. Here we go. Whoops. Let me see. Trying to keep her phone number private. Whoops, come on, computer. All right, so there we are. And this is my grandson. He's got a mask under his chin. My daughter, my granddaughter, and there I am. So we went to see her play. I would have loved to have taken some pictures of her on the stage, but sadly, they wouldn't let you, copyright laws. You know how that stuff goes. Yay! Hi, beautiful.
I'm home.
Oh, so glad to see you. Gosh, he's home. Yay!
I made it.
Yay! Did you have fun, sweetie?
I had a lot of fun and froze to death.
On the way home, you did. Oh,
My
honey.
hands are crampy.
Oh, sweetie. Well, you go get comfortable, and I'll be done maybe in a half an hour or so.
Okay.
Oh, it's tempting that I want to come hear all about it, but
Oh yeah. I'll tell you all about it.
all right, hon. Okay, let's see. So I showed you that. Now let's go to your pictures. Oh, Polly, you're so sweet. Well, let me show them to you quickly, and then I can go be with him. I'm silly, aren't I? I'm like a little kid. So, okay. Now I'm going to show you. Oh, Carol, you are so sweet too. All right, here are the photos I used when I was doing the research for what kind of eggs would we like to do. And so let me bring them up. Here we go. We'll do a little slideshow. Let me turn off this light. All right. So I wanted to see what are the latest styles in decorating Easter eggs. And you know, I love the internet. You just type in what you're looking for and pictures will pop up. Oh, who is this, John? Hold on. Oh, Sonia, that was so sweet of you. I forgot Sonia and I share the same last name, and I was like, there's a Johnson on here. Okay, here we go. All right, so let's go back to this. Look at this. Isn't that sweet? Isn't that sweet? So, and I have, any of you who have cake dishes, I have a few things that would be really pretty. Look at this and look at the polka dots. Is that cute or what? So that's where I got the idea for polka dots. And look at these. And of course that bowl really makes it. And look at, isn't that sweet? And you know how to make these designs. You use a toothbrush or a little toothpick and kind of make the paint loose and just kind of do a little splatter. And look at these. Isn't that interesting? I never thought about that before, but how attractive is that? So I just look at the ombre. Is that so great or what? Look at that. That's sweet. And these are the colors that my hens lay. I have 5 hens left. They're little geriatric, but these are the green ones that are laid by Americanas. And then the brown ones. Look at this. Look at the graphic paint on these. I love it. That is so sophisticated. And isn't that sweet? They've taken twigs and hot glued them, then put a little miniature grapevine wreath, some moss, and put one beautiful painted egg in it. Look at those. Aren't they beautiful? You just get like a cone and you glue all of this on. Put them in a pretty little container. Beautiful. And look at that. Boy, I used to have a pussy willow bush, but I wish I did now. Those eggs are beautiful on that. So that's what I went looking for. And okay, let's see. We will start with Miss Betty. Let's see what Miss Betty. Oh, Miss Betty. Probably the last time we'll see her beautiful swan. But isn't that gorgeous? I love how it's so realistic, but the colors are all unusual. But it works beautifully. I'm trying to learn how to do more of that. And then here is Miss Betty's winter, what'd we call it? Was it the winter or snowy landscape? And she did a beautiful job on it. And I love that everybody puts their own look on things. Okay. Coffee dyeing. Oh, yeah. I love coffee dyeing. And you can even do onion skin dyeing. Oh, so many things. Okay, Miss Charlene Lawson sent me a new picture today. I'm so excited. This is a baby quilt that she's working on. And I am sorry, Miss Charlene. I was in such a hurry. I read it so quick, but I forgot who it was for. But that is very nice. Miss Charlene is one of our very prolific quilters on this site. Okay, then Charlene Piper. Let's see. Oh, yes. I love these. This is before we did a curved class. This is her curved quilt. I need to somehow get this. I need to fix this thing so it stays in the right position. But look at this beautiful landscape she did with curved lines. Isn't that beautiful? And it actually is a very quick and easy way. I love this. This is so retro. Isn't it wonderful? I love it. And here's her cabin in the woods. Very lovely table runner. And her delectable mountain quilt. Beautiful. And her granddaughter's cute Halloween costume she made. So that's wonderful. Now let me see. We'll go to, I don't think I have too much. Let me see. Let me see. Easter egg painting, spring ideas. No, okay, I'll just show you real quick. I know I already showed these last week, but I'll show them again. These are my two newest grandchildren. They came for a visit. And that's Mr. Russell. He is just precious. And then where's my Mr. Don? There's Mr. Donnie. He wants to do everything brother does. And there is Mark playing with Donnie. They are sweet boys. Sweet, sweet boys. There's their mama sitting there with them. This is my son, who is their father. And he is the best father I have ever seen. Oh, my gosh. There he's holding Donnie. And here we are. And so this is my son, Donnie, Russell, and his beautiful wife, Nikki. She's the violinist. He's a drummer. They teach as well as perform. Very talented people. There is Mark again playing with Russell. There, I took this picture. It just captivated me. He in the shadows in front of the bright front door. And of course, Jody said, "Oh, you should do that into a quilt," which, isn't that the way we always think of it now? Then, there's this going on, and it is, I saw it online, I think from the Quilt Show, and they're going to offer some classes, It's not the quilt show that's sponsoring it. I forgot the man's name now. And you can take these real quick little classes, and it's coming up April 23rd from 9 to 12. And I think it's $35, and the money is supposed to go to the Ukraine. So be looking for it. Quilters for the Ukraine, I think, for Quilters for Ukraine. So if you're interested in a way to help, here is my granddaughter and her friend getting ready to go to prom. And my grandson, granddaughter, and my daughter, Becky. There's Becky working on Charlie's hair. And there she is. What a cutie pie. I'm not sure why I have those. This is my other daughter, Katie. Here are the babies on her farm. So we love farming and animals and all of that good stuff. Okay, let's see who is next. Let me go back to this. Dolores. Oh, yes. In fact, I need to find out how Miss Dolores is doing. I'm hoping I haven't heard from her because she's so busy now that she can walk again. And I hope she is well and happy. I love this creation, Rapunzel. And then, oh, this one is so sweet. It reminds me of a vintage child's fairy tale. I love that. And then she worked on this while she was recovering from her broken knee. And isn't he just gorgeous? She took an online class. One thing about pandemic is we do love the online classes they've been having. Isn't that gorgeous? And then she's working on a dragon. The dragon's going to fit right in here in this landscape. And she's going to have it wired so he's a three-dimensional dragon. And you know me, I love that creative, fun stuff. So, okay, let's see. What am I going to? I accidentally closed it out. All right, we'll go right back. And don't forget, any of you, you don't have to be a member of our group or anything. If you would like to see your quilts, something that means something to you, shown here, we would absolutely love to show your work. And just please send it to, I thought there was another one Jeannie sent me. Jeannie, I'm sorry if you sent me another piece of work and I don't have it. This is gorgeous. We definitely love this one. But I thought I had another one from Miss Jeannie, and I'm sorry, sweetie. Okay. Joe, that's it. Who is the one? Thank you. Joe Cunningham is doing the fundraiser for Ukraine. I think that's a wonderful way to help out the Ukraine and learn some great tips and tricks at the same time. Because I haven't known who to give the money to get to the Ukraine. So here is a gorgeous quilt. This is from Miss Jody. And Miss Jody, I saved an article today, too, that I want to mail to you that talks about your brand. And I went, that's the word I've been looking for. Having a brand. Miss Jody has a brand. It's a look. You just know it's Jody's work. Now, I put your new one. Which one? This must be the new that you sent me today. Look at this beautiful work, Miss Jody. This is the Quilt Show's Block of the Month for this year, and she's working on it. Several of you are working on it. I think Sonia might be working on it. Maybe Charlene. I'm trying to think. But isn't that beautiful? Your work is gorgeous. But the word I've been looking for lately is brand. If you can have a brand, which is a look, so people know, like Ricky Towns, you know what one of his quilts looks like. And then look at this. Now talk about a brand. Miss Linda McCollum has a beautiful brand, and her work is exquisite. Look at these bullion. Look how long she did those bullion stitches. It's just amazing. And these, she told me, she wrote and told me what that was, and I forgot. Oh, I'll have to write that down for next week. But Linda, your work is gorgeous, sweetheart. All right. Miss Mary. Let's see what Miss Mary sent us. That's right. Miss Mary has been working on a couple new projects. Isn't that nice? That's a small quilt, but I love the fabrics. And then she did one for St. Patty's Day. That's a happy quilt. All right. Now, and what I love is Miss Mary will try just about anything. And I'm going to apologize to Melanie for not having, not taking time to go look at her pictures. I meant to, but I waited too long. But this is one, her husband, who's an engineer. He's now quilting with her, and he puts his engineering skills to very good use. And there he is with their grandson, showing him how to use the sewing machine. Grandsons love any kind of machines, let me tell you. My grandson loved sewing just so he could mess with the machine. He made himself a Minecraft quilt one day, too. It was so cute. And poor Michelle, the gardener came and obviously didn't know what he was doing. And look, he cleared away everything. And Miss Michelle loves her garden. And to have him just cut things, I mean, oh my gosh. I am so sorry. But as long as he didn't take the roots out, most of what she is missing should come back. But I know that broke your heart. Those were very special plants. So we're thinking of Miss Michelle, but just give them a chance and see what will come back. And, you know, I hate to even say this, but sometimes it renews them when they have to grow back from the roots. But I used to quilt just as much. I mean, I used to garden just as much as I quilt now. But quilting's easier now. This is Miss Mitty. And I know I said that this last week should be the last time I show it, but it makes me so happy. I just love this. So Miss Mitty will have to send us another one for next week. And because we love seeing your work. This is Miss Nadine. I always keep her close to my heart right now with what's going on in Ukraine. She's from Germany, and that's a little too close to Ukraine. And it has really, she went and made this candle, and it's just hard watching the war. And here she is with her horse, Big Red. We're so proud of her. And she's taking dressage lessons, and he is gorgeous, and so is she, and they make such a wonderful team. So she wrote an email to everyone and told us that they were at a horse show, a dressage horse show, and she was having such fun with it. Well, our Miss Polly has been busy, and it is hard to believe that Miss Polly is a still relatively new quilter. She has got some skills, let me tell you. I'm so impressed. And then here's her version of A Storm at Sea. And I love the fabric with the circles that look like bubbles. It just adds to the feeling. I also like it because it reminds me of Indigo, which I'll be working on hopefully very soon. Okay, now let's see. That might have been our last one for today. And I am so sad that I didn't download Miss Melanie's because it was a bunch of them. Talk about a prolific woman. And, I bet you some of her husband's quilts. How neat that now he sews with her. Got something to share. And I watch Soccer with Mark, but I don't know if that's the same. But anyway, let me close this down. And yes, to have your garden decimated like that is really sad. And then to have to pay to have that done. Oh, You know, what can you do? Oh, thank you, Miss Carol. Yes, I'm sorry if this is a quilt. This is a short stream today, but I am anxious to go see that man. I'm so glad he's home. And, you know, now that he works from home, we're together 24/7. And we've gotten lucky. It's made us a stronger couple even. But it's not always that way. It's been tricky. But I will have time to work on these eggs. And next week, I'll show you the results. I'm very excited to put all different kinds of fun little, I kind of, actually, the look is kind of back to the 1950s. So that might be kind of fun. Well, thank you. Thank you for putting up with my excitement today. And I will be more prepared next week. I promise. I'll see you Thursday night because I am loving this curved quilting. And like I say, don't worry if you can't make it because it's always on YouTube. Oh my gosh, I've got hundreds on there now. So I'll let you see. This is now the end of the series for the spring treats. So it's those 2 wall hangings and the wreath that I will finish by next week. And then we'll start a whole new project next week. Okay? Take good care of yourselves. Have a great week. Send me your photos. If you have any questions or need help with anything, email me, OurTimeToQuilt@twc.com. Thank you for my 2 moderators today, Marsha and, thank you, Marsha, for putting that other connection. Thank you. And thank you for Carol. So good seeing you, Carol. I was worried. Take good care. Have a great week. Take care of yourself because you can't take care of others unless you've taken care of yourself first. So have a good, creative, peaceful week. Bye-bye, everybody. It's so great seeing you. And Carol, I'm going to check your site today, too. Go to the Magical Touch Studio site. Carol does amazing things. Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you so much.